Hi guys, and welcome back to another flashlight review. Today we're going to be looking at the Convoy S21B. This is a new flashlight that I just bought last week and I really like the design of it. I just want to talk you through my experience of using it. I've had it for about, like I said, about a week now. And in my opinion, this is basically the 21700 version of the Convoy S2 Plus, but with a few extra bells and whistles. So I like the design. It's one of the things that actually attracted me to this light first when I went on the Convoy website. Just sort of stumbled upon it. I thought that the design looked a bit more futuristic, even just more aesthetically pleasing than the S2 Plus. Thing really throws well and also deals with heat better than the S2 Plus due to the extra material and heat sinking. So let's go ahead and I'll talk a bit about what the performance was like, but I'll show you firstly what the light is like compared to a few others that I have. This here is the S2 Plus, so just to give you a bit of an indication of the size difference there. I mean, they're pretty similar in length. It's just more the diameter of the flashlight. Got that extra diameter, and you can see here it does make a difference in the pocket. Here are a few other flashlights also compared to the S21B. You've got the Workhorse FC12 here, a bit longer, but again sort of thinner, around the same bezel size as the S2 Plus. You've also got the SC31 Pro, similar length, but again, I mean, I'd say the SC31 Pro is almost the same size as the S2 Plus, and of course you've got the Sofirn SC32. So I just thought I'd have those up on the side there to show you a bit of the size difference between them in case you wanted a comparison. But yeah, very easily pocketable. Does not come with a clip though, and I believe these are the areas that you could slot a clip in, but I couldn't find one on the Convoy website that was designed for a larger diameter body like this one. So you could use the S2 Plus clip on there, and hopefully it just sort of stretches on, or you could use another clip and just clip it on there anyway, even though there's not a proper slot on it. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Easily pocketable, but yeah, no clip. 21700 cell. It's powered by one of those. But something I found really cool was that it actually can take 18650 cells as well. Just coincidentally, just chuck one in there to see what would happen. It does sort of move around a bit at first, but when you screw the top in, you can't feel it move around at all, and it works. So if you run out of 21700 cells, or maybe you just want it to be a little, bit lighter in your pocket, it does take 21700s as well, which is really cool. Something that I definitely didn't expect. Here's a bit of a close-up for you guys, and very well machined. Has such a clean and yet modern looking design with some interesting cutouts. I like these ones here on the side there. Stainless steel bezel as well. Nice touch, gives it a more premium looking feel and makes it more durable as well. The anodizing I describe as kind of silvery grayish, silvery gray in color, and gives it a nice, sleek, elegant appearance. I got mine with the CSLPM1.TG emitter. Comes with the anti-reflective glass lens as well. Shallow, smooth reflector, but I was surprised at the throw performance of this flashlight. We'll go a bit more into that later, but let's just talk a bit about the UI. So my version has 12 mode grouping, so you can click the button, and I've actually just selected the 5 modes, so it's 0.1, 1%, 10%, 30%, and 100%. So yeah, it's just basically 5 modes, and you press that button halfway to go into the different modes. You can select another 11 groupings if I want, and I do recommend that version if you need extra functionality in the light. I'm pretty sure there is a version with just 4 modes, and that's if you want a more simple version of this light. You don't have to fiddle around with the different modes, so something to keep in mind. So a bit about performance. Here is a ceiling bounce test that I did, and you can see here the light, as soon as you turn it on 100% mode, ramps all the way down to just over 40 to 50%. Okay, and it takes about 3 minutes for it to get to that point, but it ramps down slowly in a kind of linear fashion. And what I did as well is around the 5.5 minute point, I turned the flashlight off, turn it back on again, and it's activated turbo, but still sort of lower on maybe about 90% full mode, and then it just ramps down even faster than it did the first time around. So there's some type of temperature regulation in there, I believe, and it does a good job in just being able to ramp that light down, still keep it relatively okay to hold. It does get quite hot though around the head, so I can't hold it around the head. Probably around there is completely fine. But yeah, I think that just having that extra material on the body as well does help with heat dissipation with these larger, slightly larger Convoy bodies. And if we look at the readings I took with my Opal Lightmaster Pro, got 448 meters. Can you believe that on the 100% mode? That's really quite amazing. For such a small host, you wouldn't think that you'd be able to get, you know, 400, nearly 450 meters of throw. CCT was 5697. Okay, so yeah, it's a little, you know, tending towards cool, but still kind of warmish. Yeah, you know, a bit more neutral to cool. So also the CRI was 65.6, nothing special. The CSLPM1.TG favors more performance rather than color accuracy. Some considerations for you guys to keep in mind. There's no clip, as I mentioned, that's included. I mean, you can, you know, like I said, buy the S2 one, try to clip it onto there, or just use another one and clip it onto the body somehow, and that would definitely work. But that's more of a, you know, quick and easy kind of job, and you're going to scratch that anodizing. So yeah, it may not be something for all of you, but you can go check through Simon's store, see if there's something there. I couldn't find one myself though. Another thing to mention is that mine actually had some dust underneath the bezel, just on the reflector. I don't know if you can see it here in the video, but I'm going to unscrew it, take it apart, and just get rid of that dust afterwards. But yeah, just something that bugged me a bit. Gets hot, like I mentioned before, on that 100% mode. Okay, so I don't really mind it. I just like the fact that I can really get the most out of that LED and just still have a relatively small package there to keep in my pocket. And another thing as well, like most Convoy models, they do not come with onboard charging. So if you're someone that's new to flashlights, you're going to have to buy yourself an additional charger with it and take along with you, especially if you're traveling. It's not something that you can simply just plug in to, basically just plug in to your car or something, a USB port. You need to have that charger that's, you know, carry that along with you. So yeah, it's not for everyone, but it's more of an enthusiast torch, especially if you're interested in opening the lights up, going inside, taking out the components, modifying it. You know, everything is easily removed in all these Convoy models. So overall, I think this is a very solid 21700 cell flashlight, and you get it for an excellent price as well. Mine costs around $20. So if you do like the S2 Plus and want some extra performance and battery life, this is the light for you. Go check it out in the description. I'll just link the Convoy store there. This is a non-affiliate link. It's just the cheapest place where you can get your Convoy lights if you're game enough to order from AliExpress. I haven't had any issues on there through Simon's store. So if you have any comments, some questions, let me know below, and I'll do my best to get back to you, answer your questions. Make sure as well, if you like this video, to click the like button, because that helps me to get my videos out to more people. And if you want to see me make more flashlight reviews, make sure you subscribe. Convoy S21B, and I'll ramp it up. This is the lowest mode, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the highest. And noticeably hitting those trees right at the back. Look at that, it's like a perfect circle. And the spill has these kind of little ring patterns from the bezel on the ground, just on the edges, but the main spill area is completely smooth. I don't really mind the bezel patterns on the edge. It's just that stainless steel always does that. And yeah, very impressive throw for such a small host. I mean, I can easily see these trees up ahead, like, you know, 70 or so meters. Very, very easy. And, you know, because the hotspot is so large as well, it's actually quite handy. a lot of people think that these lights, these sort of PM1, NM1 emitters, because they're more sort of throwy, they're not actually useful for flood, but really from where I'm standing, it's the flood is pretty bright. You kind of get the best of both worlds, PM1 and emitters like that, and the SFT40. It's getting a little hot coming down the battery tube. Okay, I've still got it on that 100%, and that's one of the things with these Convoy lights. They don't ramp down too quickly. They eventually do, and I actually like that because we can sustain high, the 100% mode, for a lot longer. Eventually does ramp down, and I'll go for a quick walk.